What's up, guys? So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how to better use the floor assisted ring muscle up to help you get a strict ring muscle up, have it work you towards getting your first strict ring muscle up, B, warming you up really, really well for strict ring muscle ups if you already have them. So the beauty of a floor assisted ring muscle up is you control how much assistance you're giving yourself. That can be a good thing, mostly is a good thing, when you hold yourself to a high standard. If you don't hold yourself to a high standard, this drill can get you nowhere. So what do I mean by a high standard? Well, we're trying to replicate positions that we're actually going to use on the rings, the high rings, when we're doing strict ring muscle ups. So those shapes need to look as similar as possible while we do the floor assisted ring muscle up drill. So a couple things. I want to have my hands in a position where I can establish my false grip. So that false grip, got a little karate chop hand, I'm going to close that over. I'm going to have pressure kind of on the outside of my wrist or the outside of my hand. I want to make sure that that's where I'm training this movement so that I can build up my strength in that false grip position for the actual strict ring muscle ups when the time comes. My feet need to be directly under the rings, under my center of mass. And what I'm going to do, this is where a lot of people will kind of make a big error, is they just lean back like they're doing a ring row. You don't want to do that. You want to keep the rings at your hips and shoot your knees forward, like they call this a sissy squat. You're going to shoot your knees forward. That way, when you're underneath the rings, your hips are underneath the rings instead of your feet or your knees being out in front of you and underneath the rings. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that. So I've got my false grip and my sissy squat. Boom. Now my hips are underneath the rings and I'm in a good position to start my drill. Now from here, I can still use my legs to help me out, but because I'm on my toes, I'm already going to discourage myself from overusing my legs in the drill. So the next part of this drill, I want my hips bridged up as high as possible. So I'm going to squeeze my glutes and I'm going to push through my legs just enough to help me pull the rings to the bottom of my chest. So I want this to be below my chest. Ladies, like kind of where the bottom of a bra strap would be, right through here, or like a heart rate monitor if you ever wear one of those. Okay, so I'll show that part next. So good position, false grip, glutes are bridged, pull to right below my chest. Awesome. From there, I have to do what's called the transition. Now, this is probably the most mistaken part of the drill that we're using here. And this is the biggest thing that we can actually gain from this drill, is building strength through the transition phase of the strict ring muscle up. So we're actually moving forward. So I'm not going up anymore. I'm not trying to pull myself up any further. I'm actually trying to transition my hands from below my chest to beside my side, which is going to bring my chest forward over the rings and put me in the position of the bottom of the ring dip. All right, so let's watch that. So hips bridge, pull, transition. Now here, I'm at the bottom of my ring dip. Now I can use this drill whether or not I have ring dips or not, because from here my feet are still on the ground with the rings low, and I can actually just stand up and push as much as I can to the top of that ring dip. So if you're somebody who does not yet have a strict ring muscle up, you can use this and be working on your pulling strength, your ability to use your false grip better. You can use this as an opportunity to learn that transition and just build up your overall ability to do that strict ring muscle up. Now, for those of you who have strict ring muscle ups, this is like the perfect warm up because you can make it a little bit easier on your body. So you can keep it very assisted with your legs, and gradually as your tissues warm up and your positions warm up, you can take a little bit of that help away by not pushing so much with your legs. So I'll do a couple more reps, and each time I'll help myself less. Just kind of watch for things like my feet won't be on the ground for my ring dip, etc. So feet underneath my hips, sissy squat, glute bridge, pull, transition, push through that dip. I'm going to try to open up my hands at the top, start by lowering myself down. Boom, feet go back down. Bring those rings back forward, back to the bottom. Little less help. Push myself up, lower myself down, see if I can go back into that transition on my own. Boom. Cool. So hopefully that gives you guys some better ideas about how to use that floor assisted ring muscle up for either a better warm up or a strength building tool.